can we talk about her walk for a second too? She does not walk. She struts. And the way that she walks is like she gonna break them hips. She gonna break them hips. I try to walk like that and I look crazy.
Tell you right now, any drag queen that's trying to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race, study Bayonetta's walk because it is next level amazing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Addison Gaming Podcast, the show where we talk about the games we want whenever they came out, because that's what we're playing. We'll talk old stuff, we'll talk new stuff, we'll talk everything in between. I am your host, WckdGmrUK Alan, but on this episode, you can call me the Demon Slayer because I have been killing them in Bayonetta 3. And as always, I'm joined by the most amazing co-host in the world, Mike, the Shadow Remains Cast Malldee.
Ooh,
how you doing, Mike?
Great. How are you? I am in London now. I don't really have a view, but
officially a Londoner.
Yes, now we're on the same time.
How does that feel?
It feels, I don't know. It still feels like I'm on vacation. So talk to you in about a month and then I'll feel like, okay. When I think it'll hit whenever I start actually like doing like work and earning income. Then I'm like, okay, now I feel like I'm living here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I've lived here for like 23 years now, almost 23 years in September. But I remember when I really felt like for the first time like a Londoner is when I got my first job, and was getting paid and all that stuff. But then also when I figured out how to get around on the tube without having to think about it, like I kind of just was like going straight to the stop. I didn't have to look at the lines where the connections were and all that kind of stuff, right? It just sort of became like second nature. And that I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, I didn't have to look at my tube map this time. I'm a true Londoner right now. So
that's how
look forward to that.
I know my route where I need to go sometimes, and I'm like, cool. And I have my bike here, and so today I took a little bike ride. Got a little groceries for dinner later, and I felt good. And I used my I have some actual pound sterling cash.
Oh, cool.
Because I sold some things on Marketplace to like a real London person. And then I was like, okay, so I have to use this cash because I'm never going to use it again. I really don't need it. So.
I love that. Getting on the Marketplace, getting rid of some stuff. I feel like is that like embezzlement or something? Do you have to claim that?
No,
I don't know. I'm just making up like weird
for
words.
This, like a lot. For example, like an iPad, I paid like $1,000 for it, and I just sold it for $20. So, or 20 quid.
On purpose?
Yeah, it was the first iPad mini ever. They're only going for like 18 pounds online plus shipping. So I was like, $20, 20 quid's a pretty good price. So.
I was about to say, like, Mike, you know the exchange rate is that, but it's not like that bad. Like, you could have got a little bit more for it.
No, I did my research. Nobody's going to pay more. If you can find it online for the same price.
Oh my gosh.
The benefit here is that like you can get it today. So to have it shipped to you.
Oh, man. And did you, were you able to bring over a lot of your game systems with you?
I brought over, oh my God, my carry-on was packed. I had, and all I had in my carry-on was electronical devices. I had both my laptops. I had all my podcasting gear. I had my Nintendo 3DS. I had my Nintendo Switch. I had my Oculus. I had, what else did I have? I think that, and then I had like other like electronical things that aren't gaming or anything related. It's just kind of like just some devices I have.
Yeah.
For like plug-in and this and that and whatever, like shavers and whatnot. But yeah, like I brought everything with me. I left my original Switch at home, and so I'll get that eventually. And then what else did I leave?
What Switch do you have now?
I have the OLED Tears of the Kingdom version.
Oh yeah, that's such a good one. Yeah, that's so nice.
It's really pretty. Hold on
yeah.
There we go. I need a little light. I forgot about that.
And then I was gonna say I was running through your neighborhood this weekend.
You were. Congratulations on completing the half marathon. The
Yeah,
Hackney half.
the Hackney half? Isn't it really annoying when people are like, "Oh, I just ran a half marathon. That's all I did this weekend." It's like smug and annoying.
It is
But
because after you finish, you just kind of like, I was like, "You want to hang out?" And you're like, "Oh no, I'm tired." Just kidding. I
I
didn't
was
ask if you want to hang
tired,
out,
man.
but I bet you were. But I mean, a half marathon is like my morning workout. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
shut up.
great
As
job,
if.
great job, by the way. But you've done a full marathon before, haven't you?
No, I will
Oh, you
never do one of
did.
those.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
congratulations.
No, like thank you. It wasn't my first half marathon to run, but it was my first one that was like
Okay.
part of an official race and
And you
stuff. Like I've just
and
done
I
them
heard
on
you
my
got your
own.
personal best.
I did. I got my personal best, which is awesome. I didn't expect to. But there was a couple of things like game related that were taking place during the half marathon, which I absolutely loved. I think one of the things I'd never experienced before was the like the crowd energy of a big race.
Yeah.
It's like a big convention, like everybody's there, everybody's pumped up. There was somebody dressed as Waluigi. I mean, that's a total deep cut.
Oh, I saw
Loved
somebody
that.
dressed as like Puff the Magic Dragon or something. I don't know. It was like some dragon thing, and he was in a
Mm-hmm.
onesie, and I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for that. So, because when I was standing out
Yes.
there waiting for you to run by, I was like, where is it? Where is he? Where
Yeah.
is he? And that app wasn't
I
accurate
totally.
because you had passed us apparently, and I was looking at the app and like, he's already passed us.
Oh yeah, I think there was a few people that were trying to like say hello, and they were like, "We missed you," and it was like, "Yeah, the app was not working right." But yeah. So I saw Waluigi, which is great. No Mario's or Luigi's, but like made me sad that I didn't dress up as somebody. I'd love to run as
Oh, I did see
Yoshi one
Waluigi. He
time.
had the hat, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He had
No,
the,
and
and
he
it was
had on
upside
the
down. Yeah.
overalls and stuff. Yeah, it was
Yes,
amazing.
yes, yes. I did see him. He was like he was in front of you just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
he passed by right before, and then you came by afterwards.
Totally, yeah.
I
We
remember
we
seeing
kept a
him.
similar pace throughout, which is quite good. And then there was this really sweet series of like, because you know how people will hold up signs to like encourage
Mm-hmm.
the runners to go on. Um, I saw this one like several times with like I guess it maybe it was like a running club or something, but they all had the power up mushroom
Oh,
from Super
nice.
Mario. And the thing was you could like, they were like, touch this to power up to like give you the energy to run. And it was just so nice to see all that kind of like, iconic,
I love that.
Mario material just kind of like showing up in this space, right? I just love how video games are so pervasive, and especially Mario. Like Mario
And
is
very
totally eating right
recognizable.
now. Yes, 100%. Because I always think like,
100.
do kids really know like what the one-up mushroom is or the power-up mushroom is? But like, I feel like it's still sticking around. Like Mario's still relevant. I mean, with the movies and stuff, of course that helps.
Oh yeah, very relevant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So that
Ain't
was really
going
sweet.
nowhere.
Yeah. Ain't going nowhere. And that's going to be one of the things we're talking about on this episode. So we are going to rank the top 10 2D mainline Marios as part of the second segment for this show. We're not going to do any of the spin-offs, none of the mobile
No.
games, not
None
the
of the
Mario
RPGs,
Maker
right?
games, right? No, none of the RPGs. We're just talking like classic 2D
And there's
platformers.
only 13.
Yeah, there's only 13. Well, at least from the list that I found. Watch, all the comments are going to be like, "You
I'm
forgot
pretty
this
sure
game, you forgot this game, you
I'm
forgot
pretty
this
sure I
game."
Googled it as well, and there were 13 that popped up. So
Yeah, I think there's 13. And
so far.
yeah, so we're gonna in the second half we're gonna go through the ranking of our favorite top 10 2D Mario platformers from the mainline series. But before we get into that, we have spent some time keep digging into that backlog, and we have been playing Bayonetta 3, and we are going to
Yes,
break
we
it
have.
down, full spoilers, all this stuff. We're not going to hold our punches on this one. Um, Bayonetta 3, yeah. Mike, you had this one on your backlog,
For a
and you
very
said you'd
long
always wanted
time.
to play it. Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think, Mike? Was this one you were happy to kind of finally dig into? Tell us your
It
thoughts on Bayonetta 3.
okay. So Bayonetta 3 Platinum Games. It's a Nintendo exclusive, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a hack and slash combo based. What's it called? Yeah, combo based combat, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very much like Devil May Cry. And it's
Oh,
made the
yes.
original
Yeah.
Bayonetta was actually made by the same, created by the same creator of Devil May Cry, um,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so it's that very similar combat, except Bayonetta is basically about glam, about over the top. I mean, they're both over the top, but this one is just straight
Yeah.
up like glam, fashion, style, and just like sex appeal and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I really enjoyed the first two Bayonettas. I loved the demon devil aspect of it all. And
Yeah.
so she's a witch, right? With
Mm-hmm.
like endowed with all these powers and just there's some ridiculous over the top storyline, and she's just fighting her way to like get through. And then in this particular Bayonetta 3, it's the multiverse,
Right.
and it's this the what is it called? The Singularity is trying to destroy every multiverse just to kind of like just destroy all of them. And
Yeah,
Bayonetta
suddenly got pissed
exists
off and he
in
was like,
every
I'm just
single
gonna go
one.
kill everything, right?
Yeah, there's no. I didn't really get the reason why he's doing this, but why do bad guys? Why are they bad to begin with? So,
Who knows?
but
Who knows?
so and you get certain, and then and each Bayonetta, I believe, yeah, you get to play as a different character. So you have like Bayonetta, you have Viola, you have, and this one you have Bayonetta or Cerecita, and then you have Viola, and then you also have
Mm-hmm.
Jeanne, which
Mm-hmm.
I hated Jeanne's part, by the way, that 2D part.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did not like
And
it.
Jeanne was actually the rival, I think, in the first one, wasn't she? She
Yeah,
was
but at
Bayonetta's
the
like,
end, after you beat it, I
yeah,
believe you get to play as her.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So that's like, yeah, she's coming back to like now she's involved, and yeah, you get to play hers too. So that was a nice thing to see her come back.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so yeah, and it's just chaos. It's just straight up chaos, the whole thing. But
So
what I do love about
much
Bayonetta,
chaos.
yeah, what I do love about Bayonetta 3 is how it refines the core combo-based combat with the addition of demon slave mechanics. It just feels bigger without losing that that
Yeah.
type platinum feel. Like it just has
Mm-hmm.
the Demon Slayer was really cool. The Demon Slave, sorry, and then her little dancing. Her little dance move she would do. Oh my god, that was killing me. When she first started doing it in that cut scene, I was like, what is she doing? And she just
It's just so ridiculous, isn't it? It's so
yeah.
amazing. I love it. I love it.
So the more I played, the beginning I didn't really care for. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
love it more. It's just the mechanics were just a bit clunky. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to love it more, but the more I played it, the more I got used to it and just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I'm just going to be behind a wall and I'll just, whatever. I can't see myself, but I know I'm killing them still. So, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm enjoying it a lot more that I've been playing it. It's just the story. I love her attitude. I love the voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cinematic. It's very cinematic for a Nintendo game as well. Like the only other
Yeah.
cinematic ones you get are Zelda right now. Like
Mm.
there's nothing has cutscenes like this.
Xenoblade's got quite a lot in there as
Okay, yeah.
well. Yeah, so that's definitely kind of up there with it. But you're right. There's
And
just
also
like
the
this had so
language.
many.
The language in
Yeah.
it is like
Yeah.
there's like F bombs here, blood, like everywhere is like very
Mm-hmm.
graphic for a Nintendo exclusive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. So
Oh, for sure. And I remember, so I played the first one and the second one, but I had the privilege. I had the privilege. I don't know why I said that. I got to play them on the Wii U, because, yeah, they like. I remember that being such a big deal when Nintendo announced that they had the publishing rights to Bayonetta 2, because originally it was published by Sega. As you said, it was developed by Platinum Games and then published by Sega. So I think Sega still holds some of the publishing
oh
rights, but
yeah.
I think Nintendo holds the majority. Um, and
But isn't
so yeah,
like
when
so
that
Sega
happened,
and
everybody
Nintendo
was
aren't they
like,
like in cahoots with each other?
they're not like. I mean, they're friends now. It's not
I
like
mean, because
the
Sonic is like
console wars
on
from like the
Nintendo now.
'90s. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, but it's been like that since like the late
Well,
'90s, like ever since they pulled out of the thingy. But it was, but still like a
the
big
thingy.
like win for Nintendo because they thought like there was a lot of people that like, where's Bayonetta 2? Where's Bayonetta 2? Because it has a really like cult
Uh-huh.
following at the time. And then when Nintendo announced it at a Nintendo Direct, everybody was like, what? It's coming to the Wii U? They were just like, well, this was out of the blue. Like, that's crazy. And it's to your whole point. Like, it's just bonkers that this is actually a Nintendo published game with all of its language, all of its gore, all of its sexiness, all of its kind of over the top
Mhm.
religious iconography and everything. It just does. It's great that it's happening, and I love that they've done it. But you're right. It just does not
Yeah.
feel like a Nintendo game. Hmm.
It definitely feels like a Japanese game. It's
Oh,
just it's a lot. It's like the combat is fun, it's chaotic, it's glam, it's kind of everything all at once in your
hmm.
face. It's
Yes,
like a
yeah.
fashion show.
Yeah, if for the listeners out there, if you've never seen any footage of Bayonetta or ever, you're not aware of it, it is everything that Mike has just said. It is just bombastic, like spectacle, huge, like, kaiju realness battles and things like that. Like it is just you're watching it and you're like, what the hell am I watching? But I'm here for it and I'm living for it and it's amazing. It's just so cool, so cool.
Yeah, it's like if a fashion show, anime, and a heavy metal concert all had a baby, and that baby was raised by drag queens, like straight up. Like this is Bayonetta. It is just over the top, ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so true. I want like Elvira to pop up somewhere in here or something like that, right? It just has that kind
Right?
of
Can we talk
like
about her walk
ooky
for a second too? She
spooky,
does not walk. She
hard
struts,
edge.
and the way that she
Oh,
walks is like
please,
she gonna break
please.
them hips.
She
Is she gonna break them hips? I
she
try to walk
is.
like that, and I look
I tell
crazy.
you right now, any drag queen that's trying to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race, study Bayonetta's walk because it is
Please.
next level amazing. Like that is gonna get you on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, and you will fucking own that stage. It's incredible. It's
Yes.
incredible.
Like the way her right foot does when she walks, her right foot goes over her left foot. It's like all the way. She like puts it behind her when she's walking forward. I'm like, how does
Hmm.
she do this? It's like ridiculous. And then
Oh,
also,
and
folks,
not
like
only is
she has these guns as heels, like
yes,
6-inch heel
yeah,
or 10-inch
exactly.
heels as guns. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so over the top. This is why I love it. Is because it's just so ridiculous.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah,
I'm
it
living my
is.
dream.
It is. It is all of those things, and it's one of those. You think as you go along within the game, you think you've seen it all, and then
Uh-huh.
as you keep going on, like the things that happen, or the cut scenes that are like that play out in front of you, or the next weapon that Bayonetta gets, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you think like, what else can they come up with? I mean, and they've been coming up with some big stuff for like the last 3 games, so like, it's coconuts. I love it. I love it.
Coconuts is your word. It is always coconuts, but it's true. There's no other better explanation. It's coconuts.
It's coconuts. Okay, let's so that's a good like general overview. Let's like do a little bit more of a deep dive into the game. I want to talk about things like I want to pick up on this thing that you mentioned about the story, it being set in the multiverse.
Mhm.
I want to look at some of the things like the graphics, playing as some of the different characters, and then kind of like do a little bit more discussion around the fighting mechanics, because
Yeah.
that's essentially the core part of the game, and then the story as
And the
well.
reason why you play it.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so yeah, you were saying like, so let's just start with the story. I think story has always been one of the strongest points for all the Bayonetta series.
I agree.
I think they've really developed a strong heroine character and like an anti-hero character, right?
Yeah.
So she's got a really good backstory. So Bayonetta, I think I'm getting this right, but correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, if I've got the kind of lore wrong. There's so much lore, and there is like people who eat this shit for breakfast. They love it. But like effectively Bayonetta is the love child of like a demon and an angel from before the first game. And she was then outcast by both the angels and the demons because the blood shouldn't mix or whatever. And in the first game, she spends the whole time trying to remember who she is. And then, you come to find out who she is and what it is and all that. And then over the second game, there's other things that start to come into play in terms of, what happened from because the first game takes place in Inferno, like where the
Yeah.
demons are. The second game takes place in Paradiso, where the angels and the heavenly figures are. So, you're going
And she's
along
not
this
like accepted
really
in either, right? The first game
no,
she's not
yeah,
really accepted in either. But there are pacts she has with these demons, these she just has pacts with them, and we don't know why actually either. Like, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
explain like Madame Butterfly. Like, why is Madame Butterfly and her like so close? Like, why did this demon choose to help her? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and that's a bit of like deep cut lore that I'm not aware of, but
Well, what I
I
was reading
think
was
they really
even
love it.
in the game it says that it's unknown, like still why. So I don't
Oh, right. Okay.
unless there's something written outside of the game that I just read, but
I
interesting.
mean, there are like fandom wiki pages about this stuff everywhere. I think there's probably some sort of, and I reckon I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some sort of bizarro comic or something somewhere with all of this stuff, right? Because you know that kind of
Yeah.
stuff happens quite a lot. Um, yeah, she doesn't fit into either place, right? She's been rejected by the demons. She's been rejected by the more angelic, Paradiso people. And then she's on her journey to kind of understand who she is and all that kind of stuff. And I think in terms of engaging storytelling, I think over the first and second games, that's what kept pushing me along, and the combination of like the overtop battle mechanics, like the Devil May Cry kind of action set pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
um but then when we get to this third one, this is one of the things that kind of like let me down. Is I just didn't click with this setting, and I get what they're trying to do, like setting it into the multiverse, right? We've done the heavenly setting, we've done the demons or the inferno setting or whatever, so there's not really another realm to kind of go to between those two. So in the
What
third one
about
you can go
Limbo?
into maybe, yeah, see,
You
there
know,
you go, that would
so
have been a really good
my thing
idea.
with the multiverse setting is that it works for Avengers, it works for Marvel. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's just Bayonetta felt like I guess she knows who she is now, and
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't need to. But I guess this, if you're playing it for the first time, then you have no idea who she is. But this game could
Right.
stand alone
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's kind of like I don't know. It just kind of loses who she is and why she's like how she is. I don't know. I wanted more. I hated the characters in this game, that the bad guys, the homunculi, they're just kind of
Yes.
lifeless. They're very
Yeah.
lifeless. They were just kind of like just liquid and kind of it reminded me of Terminator. Which one was that one?
Oh
3 or
yeah, that's a
something where
good comparison.
that liquid guy just
Yes.
kind of rose from the ground and like here I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But then they were just kind
Uh-huh.
of some of them were really massive and kind of cool and then but like there was nothing like the angels and demon aspect where it's
No.
like there's I don't know, it's just didn't you fight like well-known demons in the number 2 or
Hmm.
well-known angels in number 2? It was like so it was kind of like cool to see that come into
Yeah.
play. I don't
Yeah.
know. So that kind of pissed me off where the I was like, okay, it's the same exact homunculi that I'm killing, maybe
Hmm.
slightly different. There was one on a horse at one point. And then when I found these little areas where you're like, oh, you get to fight angels again. I'm like, yeah, that was cool. So, but
Yeah.
it was I don't know. I could have used a different bad guy.
Hmm.
So
I mean, I don't know, like maybe they could have gone into like a different like other religion, like Greek
okay.
mythology or Roman mythology or something like that, maybe, is
Like let
something
all
to
these
kind of.
religions be true in your
Yeah,
universe so
yeah,
that so you have a nonstop like ever like even Hinduism, all these different gods and
yeah,
stuff. And
totally.
it would have been kind of cool like hey, like you are a part of a bigger realm basically
Hmm.
of a
Yeah,
mythology
because
and
all
whatnot.
religions have like good and evil in them, right? I mean, maybe
Exactly.
not Buddhism, but I don't know. I don't know enough about Buddhism or anything, but
Well, Buddhism
um
just can't be bad, right? So there is evil involved, but you just don't do it.
and then maybe, yeah, because then maybe it's actually Bayonetta's quest to find peace and nirvana, and that's when the game actually ends, is when she gets to the realm with the Buddhism in this other alternative
And then
verse
she's
where we make
completely
a
naked
different
with her
one.
hair covering her and she ascends while she's dancing like
Amazing.
this.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, God, that dancing, I love it.
Uh,
I
it's,
mean,
it's so bad it's good.
it's so bad it's good. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
bad it's good.
So yeah, I think you're right. Like the setting, it just didn't hit as well. Like it didn't have the familiarity of like historical context or like the like religious kind of stories that kind of permeate Western culture as much. So
Mhm.
I just wasn't feeling like I was as invested in it, right?
Yeah,
And then there was like, from a gameplay mechanic, I really liked that there was a lot of different Bayonettas that you get to play as in the
exactly.
multiverse.
And then you get to steal their
However,
powers. or
Yeah,
maybe I guess
but
take it from them because they're
however,
dead.
the problem with that though is that I just wanted to follow the main Bayonetta character kind of thing, right? So I had all
Uh-huh.
this time and energy from a story perspective, so that mechanic kind of pulled me out of the story. Yeah.
It is cool, and it's also to think like maybe they'll make Bayonettas in the future, like based on a different character from the multiverse, and then reset
Hmm.
and how they are the way they are and why and whatnot.
Yeah.
Could be for future games. I mean, because I mean, we don't want Bayonetta. Bayonetta is not a series, you know. It's not a show, TV show
Mm.
where it has to have an ending. It's unless you're like, you know, SVU or something, but like you have to like TV shows have an ending and closure. Like they obviously want to keep on
Right.
creating these games because they make money. But so like I don't know, now they can make games about these different characters we see in the multiverse. Um
Yeah, I'd
what
love
was I gonna
that.
say? So yeah, so back to the gaming mechanics there. So I love the hack and slash. I love how the and it's not just
Hmm.
mashing your just mashing your controller the whole time. There's actual combos you can actually land
Hmm. Hmm.
and that is satisfying when you get a good one and then the death scenes are very satisfying. Just the way the
Hmm.
cutscene and you're like slow slash and that's the last hit and it's just and then she goes you know, a little kiss and blows the kiss at the demons or not the demons, but to open the next door. And then it
Oh
is very
yeah. So
satisfying.
good.
Um
Yeah, I think you are
but then you get
right.
this yeah. But then the problem when I was saying was like there's the camera like it's like you have to control I wish it stayed behind you the whole time like it just did it for you because you have to control
Mm.
where you're looking
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
what's around you and then it's just clunky because if there's a wall there like it'll go through the wall and then you kind of can't see yourself and then or it'll go through a demon you're like what am I doing I can't see what I'm doing and then so I'm always trying to like make sure I have the camera set behind her for those battles
Yeah.
and it's just kind of clunky in that aspect I
Mhm.
think they could have did better with that.
I think, yeah, I totally agree with that. I did find myself fighting with the camera from time to time. It wasn't all the time, but it was enough that it was like, oh, come on. Especially when you're in like a really intense part of a fight and you need to dodge and get your witch time right, or you need to kind of like
Yeah,
get a demon out at the right time. Like it just didn't have that ease and fluidity that the game wished it would have had to have that kind of really intense level of combat. Um, which is a shame because I think, you know, that kind of stuff needs to be polished and it needs to be right because it can really take you out of the gameplay experience.
exactly
And
and
I
I
wanted
like I
just
said
to,
oh go ahead.
I was just going to comment on the actual like combo system, but did you want to build on the camera thing real quick?
Oh, I was. Like I told you the other day or earlier, I was like, it's like whoever's doing the camera work is drunk in this. I'm like, there is like a drunk person filming Bayonetta while she's fighting because I can't do anything. And the camera system, the thing is, the camera system,
It's so
it
good.
can't handle the scale of what they're trying to do. Like the scale of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
spectacle of the battles, the kiss can't handle it. And once you start summoning demons, it feels like the camera's
Hmm.
left the building. It's like okay, there's big demons, and then like you can't see his head, you can't see where he's
Yeah.
pointing because I'll be attacking and the bad guy's over here on my
Hmm.
left, and he'll be swinging into the right. I'm like, why aren't you hitting the bad guy? Like, why are you? Why is this? What is his
Hmm.
name? Gamora. Why is Gamora just like slapping the air essentially? And I'm just like, oh. So and then
Yeah.
what were you gonna bring up after before the camera? I mean after the camera.
Yeah, I was just gonna say on in terms of the combo system, I think one of the things that really I love in video games is when your attack has like really good impact, and that there's no like one
Yeah.
way to get that right in games, right? Because each game figures out its own way to kind of help you feel the impact of it, and I think this game
Okay.
really nails that, right? And I think
Yeah.
that there is just you know you could go through this game just doing button mashing, right? But
You
there
could.
is a level of complexity that you know you can learn some of the combo moves. So it could be that you push punch 3 times, on the fourth time you hold it in and then you press kick, and then you get this like as you
Yeah.
say that huge spectacle of like landing all these extra blows, and then you're one of the demons coming out to like really finish off that set of a combo. And it's just so satisfying from like that hack and slash mechanic that you talk about.
Agree.
And it's endless, right? You keep finding new combos as you go through. And it's just, I think of all the things that this game gets right, I think it's that piece that I just absolutely loved.
It is one of the best aspects of the game. It's why we play. And so like I was reading online other people's reviews and stuff, and they're like, okay, the story's great, but also like we want to get past the story. We just want to beat up people. And then it's like when we're exploring the world, it's like, why? I don't want to explore the world. I just want to get to the next fight. You know, it is because the fighting is so satisfying.
Yeah.
So it's just the combo system they did right. Unless,
and I think just adding. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, unless you get that fucking Wartrain. Once you get that Wartrain, it just ruins everything. It ruins the momentum. It is the worst demon. It's a train that's a demon, folks. This is like what is it's called Wartrain Gouon, and it's just it's ridiculous. Can't even explain it.
I mean, I am here for kind of stupid stuff that doesn't make sense, but that whole train thing was just totally out of place. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. They were, it was like they almost got to the very bottom of the barrel of stupid ideas and were like, let's throw that in here.
It's easily one of the most awkward mechanics in the game.
Oh, I was literally this close to going like, I'm fucking done. I don't want to play this anymore because I don't want to have to do this bit. Because there's a point in the game when once you get the train and they're trying to teach you how to use it, you have to like launch the train, call the demon train forward, and then use the left control stick to path to
and the path is constantly moving. You can't slow the path. It is like this is how fast it's going to move, and you have to like try to drive it yourself. And if I can lay the path myself, then fine, that would have been so much better. But
so much better, or at least if it was just a little bit slower. You're right. The speed of it was so fast,
and it didn't make sharp enough turns.
No, it didn't make sharp enough turns, and they're asking you to like careen around this space and hit multiple enemies at one time so that you can open a door to continue the pathway. And I was
the amount of minutes, maybe hour I spent trying to do it right. And once I figured it out, I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, please don't have there be another challenge like this. And there was, of course. But
of course there was, yeah. And I think that was a big fail for me. I think all the other ones really stood out to me. I mean, the spider was really good. Obviously, Madame Butterfly, the Godzilla one, whatever his name is, I can't remember.
Yeah.
All those were really cool. Gamora, that's right, yeah.
Sodom,
but the train one, I was like, no.
That Wartrain was
Sodom,
off.
But Gamora. Yeah, really bad, really bad. And then one other thing to say before we move on, I think that from the story perspective, I think you were right because you were talking about the reviewers, the other ones that you've read, people saying like those cutscenes were so long, like
so long.
It really so long. I mean, there's like part of me that's like that celebrates it because I think it, like I said, one of the things that I love about the Bayonetta series is the story. But they were just, I don't remember the first and the second one being maybe that long, but maybe they were. I can't remember. I
feel like I
but
beat
this
the
time
second
they just
one
felt
pretty
a lot
quickly.
longer.
And this one has like 19 chapters, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is gonna take forever with these cutscenes, and especially when you got to the 2D scrolling one with Jeanne. That intro, just to get into that, it was cool. The intro, it made me feel so excited to play it. And then once I got it, I was like, this is bullshit. Like I hate this. It's like this is the dumbest. Like just let me finish this cutscene, please, and then to get out of this because I would have rather just played as Jeanne as like kicking ass, with the badassery and stuff. But no. And
so break down
Jeanne, by the way.
Yeah, break that down a little bit because, like, tell the listeners what that's about because I had thoughts too.
Okay, so the 2D scrolling, it's like if you've ever played any 2D game, just any 2D game, this has like basically higher graphic quality 2D, I guess you'd say. But it's and so it's a stealth. You're supposed to be stealth with her, but they just kind of, it feels like they just made it and threw it in there really quick and like, okay, this is whatever. It's going to be like that ninja game. I have what is it called? Oh gosh, I don't even know. Anyways, there's this ninja game. We have to be stealthy and kill people and get along, but they do that well. This one does not, and it's only like what it should have took like maybe 5 minutes. It took me like maybe 25 minutes to finish this little segment. I was like, what the hell? But I didn't even know what I was doing. I was looking for something, and I'm like, why am I even in here? Like, what is? It felt so pointless and unnecessary.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I was not there for it, and it took. I did like the aspect that it took me down. Okay, now I'm in 2D mode, and what other game does that? Didn't
What do you mean goes from
didn't
2D to
Mario
3D or 3D
3D
to 2D?
didn't Mario 3D
Yeah,
World
the
or the
3D,
cat
yeah.
one?
No, it was
They would have
Mario
some 2D
Odyssey where you would
moments.
like, yeah, you would
Odyssey.
go into the pipe and it would be like you
And then it
turn
was a
back into the retro
2D, it was a
Mario.
yeah,
Yeah.
retro Mario. So it felt like
Uh-huh.
that with the Jean's part. And I love the idea, but they didn't make it fun for me.
No. And
So
see, you make a really good a comparison I hadn't even thought of, but like, that Mario Odyssey going from 3D to 2D, like the
that was
reason
amazing.
that
I love
worked,
that.
one, because it was like, it was a retro
The
nostalgia thing,
original.
right? But then they seamlessly integrated it into the experience, where this one, it was a whole different play style mechanic that just randomly popped up because I felt like they wanted to bring Jeanne back into it and give us a chance to play as her.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just like it could have been its own like standalone like mobile or mini game. Like it could have just been a kind of offshoot thing. And as you say, it doesn't necessarily really feel like it should be here. But because even the mechanics of the hiding and the so, for example, the homuncula, how do you call
Homunculi.
it? Homunculi.
Homunculi.
Homunculi. That sounds kind of
Well,
like a
that's how I'm
room at a
saying
gay
it.
bar, doesn't it?
Welcome
Homunculi.
to the homunculi.
I love the homunculi.
The homunculi
Yeah.
lounge, where you can homunk and lie. It's ridiculous.
Oh my
Homunculi.
gosh.
I think it is a real word, though.
I'm sure it is. I just never heard of it. I don't know what it means. But the homunculi, like in typical battle, like when you're playing the normal story, are really agile and actually really kind of like spry and can move around really good. And then for some reason, the homunculi in this place, they can't see behind them and they walk really slow on the same path. It's like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't fit. It didn't fit. It was like, what are you doing?
No.
Why?
It
Why
was
are you
a
doing
weird
this,
puzzle
Platinum?
game.
Yeah.
But
It
let's
was
talk
weird.
about Bayonetta and Jean's chemistry.
Go
It's
ahead.
always been very, like cheeky and sexy. They fight, they flirt, they save each other's lives. I'm like, girl, just go ahead and kiss already, because it's like you're giving me lesbian vibes here. Like, you guys just need to like just get it on already. I'm pretty sure they have, but it's like they're just so flirty and sexy with each other. And she's like, Jeanne, and she's like, hey, Bayonetta, and whatever. And it's just like, anyway.
Yeah, there is definitely some sort of
the gay
tension
subtext
there.
is basically text with them. It's no subtext. It is written.
Yeah, it is all out there, late. It's fully on the
there.
screen. It is right there. And it's almost like they're trying to outdo one another. It's like, like they can like come in and like, Bayonetta will say something really sultry and sexy, and then Jeanne will have a nice quit back, and then they quit back and forth. So it's really good, like, frenemy energy that's going on. But as you say, it's obviously a lot more than that.
But they're in it together.
Yeah, they are.
And
They're definitely in it together.
We forgot to talk about one of the main characters in Bayonetta 3, which is Viola. And Viola is a, I guess, a witch in training, and she is traveling the multiverses. She's witnessed several Bayonettas, I guess, or maybe her Bayonetta die. And so now she's traveling the multiverse. She's the one who knows the story, knows that the singularity is coming to kill everybody and destroy all the worlds. And she is like, she's the one with the knowledge on how to like stop it, I feel like. And you do get to play as her. And when I got to play as her, it was really refreshing, because the play mechanics were completely different. Instead of like dodging attack at last minute to enter witch time, witch time is where everything slows down and you get to kick everybody's ass really quickly.
Yeah, it's like that perfect dodge mechanic, right?
Yeah, it's perfect dodge mechanic. The thing with Viola, you can dodge, but it doesn't activate witch time. Her witch time, she has a katana, and she parries. So whenever she parries, like at the last moment, then it activates her witch time. It took me a minute. I was like, okay, okay, no, I have to do this instead, and it was kind of satisfying, and it actually made me feel like I was playing a different game for a moment.
Yeah.
And I did like it. I liked that a lot. And she's a great character. She has a lot of cool things about her. She's like this punk rock what would you say, like a steampunk kind of in a way, and then
Yeah.
she's just really cool. I liked her a lot, and so I think they did a lot of things right in this, but they were just doing so much, and I think the original Switch capability is just couldn't do what they wanted it to do for this game, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think, yeah, I agree as well. Everything you said about Viola or Viola, however you want to pronounce her name,
Viola,
just,
like
I
the
think,
instrument,
yeah, there you go, Viola. Oh yeah, because she's a rocker, so that makes sense.
maybe.
Yeah, I think, like her as a story vehicle to move the story along and to set the world up. I thought they got her character right. I wanted to see more of her, and when you finally got to play with her, that felt really satisfying. Definitely a more difficult mechanic, as you say, the pairing. I struggled as well to kind of get that right because, yeah, as you say, uh the witch time kind of mechanic, the kind of the flip kick that
That is
Bayonetta does to
necessary
get out of the way
sometimes.
is just so good. Yeah, exactly. And it
Oh
feels
yeah,
really good. So it was a bit jarring when you're like learning to do the parrying. And as you say, once you get the timing right, you do feel like a real badass. You feel like you're having a good time playing with her.
you
And
do.
um, yeah. Yeah, she's cool. And as you said a little bit earlier, I'd love to see, what's the like onward story with someone like Viola. Like I just think give her something of her own to kind of carry on the universe of
Yeah,
Bayonetta without Bayonetta, right? Because it
maybe
would
that's
just
the
seem
next.
interesting.
Maybe that's the next.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what's up next. Who
absolutely.
knows?
Absolutely. And we've also got some returning characters from the first few. We've got Luca's coming back, Rodin's back, Enzo's back. Enzo's bringing all the comedy value of,
Hmm.
that kind of like hapless kind of character that's always around Bayonetta. Rodin's still in the gates of hell, selling you all the items you need.
Can we talk about that
Um,
really quick? After you buy something from him,
mhm,
or don't buy something from him, when you exit the gates of hell,
mhm.
Bayonetta turns around like she looks so
Yeah.
annoyed. I was like, what the
She,
hell?
yeah,
She like turns
yeah,
away.
she
She turns
does.
around and walks away. She just looks so like, oh, I'm over it. It's so
Yeah, and
funny.
it's so funny, but I think I remember, and I should have gone and watched this in Bayonetta 2. This was just another example where I think a little bit of the polish was gone with Bayonetta 3, because I remember going to the gates of hell, not feeling like so kind of like, oh, we're just gonna play the same thing over and over again. I know there was like a cutscene to get you there, but it felt like there was just more like love and attention and care to kind of like
Yeah,
getting you to the gates of hell, and then your response to Rodin when you bought things from him and didn't. So this one was just more of just
transactional.
a kind of quick cut scene. What that wasn't even a cut scene. It was super transactional with, very basic kind of attention to detail there. Yeah, it just didn't hit for me on that one. One thing we haven't talked about is the music. I love Bayonetta 3's music. It's
It's good.
just
It's great.
so good. It's such a juxtaposition of
That's what
what's
I was just
happening on
about to say.
screen. Yeah, yeah, okay. It's like it's so you would never put these two things together, but it works so well. Just
Yeah, you got
all
this
that
massive demon, and
jazziness.
then all this like
Uh-huh.
fun music, and then but it works when she's
Yeah.
dancing in demon slave mode. So
It 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 is.
it
Yeah,
gives me
it's
Dance
just
Dance
I
Revolution music, basically.
Yes. 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 Dance Dance Revolution. Throw in some like, chilled out jazz music from like a smoky dive bar that plays some jazz. And then as you said earlier, like, bring in some of that hardcore rock when Viola shows up. It you said earlier they're trying to do a lot of things that don't match, but the music is where they get that right. There's a lot of different types of music, but it totally works.
It does.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't really often listen to music soundtracks from video games, and I think I might go check that out after this one because I think it's just so good. So good that plays on. And I like that they kept that
And I
mechanic of
think you can
finding
go
records.
into the settings or into the options or something and listen to
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
I think there
Okay.
is because I found like a CD, like a disc while I was
Hmm.
traveling the world and looking for little secrets, and I feel like, oh, I found a disc, and then didn't go back to see what it was, but I just remembered that right now. So maybe you should check that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they have the record mechanic where you find the record player, and that's what takes you down to the gates of hell. So there's like definitely a kind of love for music within this game that they've found a way to kind of build it into the mechanics in the world and stuff. Um, yeah. So I guess like what else haven't we talked about,
Well, I mean,
Mike?
back
What else is there that?
my criticisms. So this game could
Hmm.
have been 10 out of 10 for,
Really? Okay.
but it's just, it could have, if it wasn't for the clunkiness, the
Hmm.
poor graphics. Like you look great, Bayonetta looks
Yes.
great. It's just, it's like
Yes.
the background wasn't welcome to the party. Like your scenery was like, hey, like I don't even know, like there's just no visual storytelling going on in this world, and it just feels flat. Um,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that is a
camera
shame.
the camera system
Hmm.
is like I said, it's the camera's left the building. It's drunk, and you are forced to like try to maneuver around while you're doing all these combos, and it's just too much.
Hmm.
And that damn train. And so if all that was bring it down for me, if I have to rate this game at least, I'd give it a 7 or an 8.
Hmm.
Because I love the
Okay.
story, even though the cutscenes are very long.
Yeah.
I would watch this. I would watch this movie. So
Right.
like I do
Yeah.
like, and it would be definitely Godzilla with like a drag show.
Yes. Dragzilla.
Yes. But despite the mess, the game is fabulous. Like despite all the mess and the jankiness, the Bayonetta is
Hmm.
fabulous. I love the combos. I love the attitude. I love her blowing kisses, and I do. And I love how she's never looks concerned. She's always smiling at like the next obstacle, the next challenge. She has this like evil
Yeah.
smirk about her, and she's like, "Oh yeah." And her little act, I can't even do her accent, but that British sexy accent. And they have a new voice actor for her too, apparently. The last one
Yeah.
couldn't
Well,
do
there's a
it
little bit of
or something.
controversy around
Yeah,
that. No,
controversy
no, no.
about
There's
it.
some controversy. Yeah. She,
And I say couldn't
they
do it.
offered her the,
Yeah.
they offered her the pay, but then it wasn't
And then
what
she
she
lied
felt
about it,
was
right?
reflective about. I don't know. I don't know about
I
that
read about
part,
that.
but yeah, I don't know if she lied about it. I mean, yeah, I don't want to. I look.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. It didn't work out. But
But
there was, yeah, definitely some
something wasn't
controversy.
right.
No,
Yeah.
something wasn't right in the land of Bayonetta.
But there's new voice actor, and
Yeah.
she's amazing. It sounds
Mm.
it nails her 100%. Like
Yeah, it's
I
Jennifer
couldn't
Hale who does
tell.
this one.
Jennifer Hale, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't tell at
Yeah.
all. I was like, oh, okay. So when
And
I
I
read
think
that it was a different voice actor, I was like, oh, I wouldn't have never noticed.
and you could kind of get away with that because this one's like sort of multiverse-ish, all that
That's
stuff. So
true.
maybe it was a slightly different Bayonetta, but oh yeah, yeah, I definitely. Oh yeah, because I remember there was like a bunch of people saying they wanted to boycott the game because of like not like proper pay or what have you. But like I didn't know enough about what the controversy was, and it just felt a little bit like uh, I was unsure, and I was like, I don't want to. I can't. I'm not going to boycott something I don't fully know what I'm boycotting, and I wanted to play the game. So
Exactly.
call me a bad person.
And and
Yeah,
the story, I love the story. I mean, the story doesn't need to make sense. Bayonetta's story never needs to make sense. It's just there
no.
for your pure spectacle entertainment,
Hmm.
and it just needs to serve. She just needs to serve.
Yeah, yeah. All of that. I think she's all just about serving combos, all about serving looks, all about serving attitude. um and even though the
And
story
that
doesn't make
walk.
sense, and that walk, right? Yep, she's serving the walk. She is the catwalk queen. And even the story is so over the top and kind of ridiculous, but it still is really engaging throughout all of them. And I think especially in this one, I really enjoyed the story as well. I think, for me overall, I would probably give this game, no, not probably, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 personally. I uh, I have a sweet spot for it because I like Bayonetta as a whole, and I can see what they were trying to do here. It just didn't click with me this time. Um, and that's an interesting thing about gaming because, like back when it came out on the Wii U, I was like, this is going to be amazing. And I really enjoyed it. So maybe I was in a place of like, I mean, the Wii U didn't have a lot of games coming out. So like any game that came out, I was like, okay, this is going to be great. It's going to give me something to do. So there's probably a little bit of that connected to my love previously of Bayonetta 1 and 2. So, you know, maybe this game, because I've had so much time away from it and I didn't play it when it first came out. And as you say, you know, you started to talk about the graphics, and for me, like the graphics for me were like,
and then you have
you
a
know, when
PS5 now,
somebody,
so you're just so used to like seeing things at better quality.
oh yeah, it just makes it look like the graphics are kind of like if like the, you know, like that person on Grinder who uses a really old photo and shows up and you're like, yeah, you kind of look like that, but like this isn't what I was expecting. It's like, oh gosh.
Exactly. And that's why
You
it's called a
know?
side. So if this is a top, bottom, or verse, this game's a side. It's
Yes.
it gives it's giving Dami Mommy top energy, but
Totally.
but would I return to it? Would it, because you know it's very replayable with a sense of like
Yeah.
go back and complete these little missions you missed. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, some of these verses, these chapters are an hour long, and I'm like I can't
Yeah.
because I don't want to sit through the cutscene. I think you can skip the cutscenes, but
Yeah. Yeah.
once I'm good with. So like,
Yeah.
would I come back to this hookup of Bayonetta? Maybe the
No.
next game, but for me, this was like a side. It was fun. I had a good time, but it's time for you to go home. And now
Yeah.
I'll get on
It's
to my
time.
next game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well put, Mike. Couldn't say it better. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I think, you know, just to kind of wrap up the final thoughts here on Bayonetta 3, I think it definitely, I agree with what you said in terms of like, play the game. It's fun. You're gonna engage in it. You're gonna have a really good time.
You're gonna
But
feel
just
like a
be aware of the
badass.
kind of, yeah, you're gonna feel like a badass. Just be aware of some of those like those imperfections in it. And if, you know, if you can kind of get past that all, you're gonna really, really love it. And look, I mean, I think we're being fairly critical of it because we are not reviewing this right when it came out and caught up in the whole hub, you know, kind of like, you know, excitement of it being released. But some of the reviews out there are like gave it a perfect 10 and a 9 and
I
stuff.
know.
But for me, I'm
Like,
did you play this game? Like,
how can you look past the like the gray monotony in the background and
yeah,
like this
yeah.
like I don't know, and the mechanics and the camera and the drunk person filming, like how can you get look past
Hmm.
that?
Yeah,
Like just
yeah.
that alone, if I was like going to give it a 10 out of 10, and I'd be like, okay, no, it's a 9 out of 10 because
Hmm.
of these little glitchy things. But I know, you know, for me it's a 7 or an 8, and I'm going to give it a 7.5.
You're going 7.5. Yeah, I'm sticking to my 6. I mean, it's a good game. You're gonna have a good time. But yeah, just know there's a drunk person holding the camera.
There is a drunk person with that camera, and sometimes they're not even there. They just like put it in a tripod and said bye.
Exactly. I love it. But yeah, I'm glad we played it. Another great one from
Oh
the
no, I'm so
backlog,
happy I
Mike.
played it. I love the
Yeah.
I love it. I love the Bayonetta world. I just
Hmm.
take me back to demons and angels, please.
Yeah, I think so. That's it. That's exactly it. All right. Well, that will wrap up our conversation and our review of playthrough of Bayonetta 3. Mike, I love your opinions on games. You've got some really fun, for me at least. I enjoy how your funny insights, but also your critical critiques on them. So thanks for talking through and playing that. Looking forward to the next game we
My
play. And
pleasure.
we met listeners to
Have we decided?
talk about our roadmap. Uh, oh, I'll pull it up. Yeah, we decided. Yeah, we talked about our roadmap that we for the next series of episodes. So we'll be able to let you know at the end of the episode what game we are going to play and
Oh,
talk
that's
about
right.
next. Hmm. Um, but
Got
before
it.
that, um, we are going to switch gears and we are going to do a top 10 list for Out of Sync Gaming, the top 10 2D mainline Mario Brother games. So I have rated my list of the 13. Mike has rated his list. We don't know each other's rating, but between us, by the time we get
I have
through
a
all of
feeling
this,
our number ones are the same, and I can't wait to get there.
okay, maybe, hopefully that is. I mean, let's see.
I mean,
But
I don't.
when we
Maybe I
don't
don't know you
agree,
like I know you.
Exactly. This is when we find out we actually don't know anybody. We're never doing another podcast because we can't agree. We have a drop down big old fight about Super Mario Brothers. No, that's not going to happen, Mike. We are not
There
going to
is
let
only
Mario
one
Brothers
number one. I'm
topple our
sorry.
friendship. Well, let's find out. So, I'm going to try and get a little bit technical with this. And we're gonna note it as we go on our ranking list here. So,
can I just talk about this microphone? I really like this mute button I have because whenever I need to sneeze or cough, I can just tap that daddy and boom. Can't anymore. It's so good.
Thank you, Sure. 7
Thank
plus,
you, Sure.
whatever it is.
Thank you, Sure.
Yeah, not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, Sure, please do. We sure would love it. Do you see what we did there? Did you see what we did there? Okay, so yeah, so we've got our list here, top 10 2D Mario games. On the right-hand side, for those that are viewing, we've got every mainline 2D Mario game listed there. And then on the left-hand side, we're going to put them in our ranking as we go through this. So I think, Mike, let's go through it like this. Let's start 10 backwards.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do...
Okay, go ahead.
Well, because what we'll find out...
There's 3 that aren't going to make it.
There's 3 that aren't going to make it, but one of those might be on my list, and one of them might not be on your list. You see what I mean? So if we start with our number 10, and we work our way up, then we'll see which ones are off, and then we can take those off the list and then fight amongst ourselves between the top 10. Does that make sense?
Sure.
It'll work out. We're gonna fight.
It'll be a combo-based Bayonetta slave.
Exactly.
Demon slave. I'll be doing this.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're not dancing for the number 1 spot like Bayonetta by the end, then are you really a fan of Super Mario Brothers?
Are you really?
Okay, so what's your number 10 of the 2D Mario Brothers games, Mike?
Is Super Mario Land from Game Boy, 1989.
So, Mario Land, that's your number 10?
Yes, you're tiny Mario in a weird Egypt robot alien world. It's iconic chaos. It's from what I remember. And I think I have it on my 3DS, like emulated on there. So, yeah, I would say Super Mario Land.
That is definitely a good one. It definitely makes my top 10 list, but it's not my number 10.
Oh, okay.
My number 10 is New Super Mario Brothers DS. New Super Mario Brothers DS. So that was here. That was this one that came out. Kickstarted the whole new Super Mario genre, and kind of introduced the kind of graphic style for that era for quite some time. And I think that was probably one of the games that like made everybody rush to buy, a DS when it came out, because it was just a good hit of nostalgia.
The problem with me with that one, it didn't make my list.
Okay, there you go.
It's close. It's close to it. It's number 10, number 12. The vibes were kind of bland on that one. Yeah. But the soundtrack, the ba ba ba, it haunts me in my dreams. So from that one.
I didn't think it was. That's why it's number 10.
That's why it's number 10.
Number 10. I think I'll never forget getting this giant one, and then like the giant Mario, and like crushing the whole 3DS screen. I mean, the whole DS screen. It was just such iconic. A cool effect.
And I think as a kid, I was an older kid, but I was still a kid. That was really cool, and that's what then that preview, the commercial, that's what sold it for you too, right? Like yes. Oh, I want it. So yeah. I mean, definitely a great game, definitely entertaining, but I can only have 10 spots, so.
You can't make it for Mike's number 10 DS. Sorry about that, New Super Mario Brothers. Okay, what's your number 9, Mikey?
New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe for the Switch.
Okay. So I've seen what you've done. Okay, yeah, that one. We'll just put it here. So this is your number 9.
But it's the same game, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, effectively, yeah, that's for this conversation, it is.
For me, it's got the best level design of the new series. Still feels it's didn't get up higher, like it's number 9, so because it still feels kind of sterile, but like it's just has like really, it has had really good mechanics, had really good Um, it was really fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I like the new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. And that's the one where you get the bubble, you're in the bubble and you got to shake and you got to like, help me, pop me out of my bubble. It was so fun. I just remember playing that and I was like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, that definitely made my list. It's a little higher than you put it. So I'll talk about it now because I think it's because we're on it. And I think one of the things that I loved about that game was the that was one of the first ones in a long time that I 100%ed. And
okay.
the thing that I love about that is the challenge. I'll never forget the last Bowser castle that you have to get through. This gauntlet was so hard. And the mechanics of it were a little floaty, but once you kind of got your head around those mechanics for this version, I think they were onto something, and it just, I'm really glad it got a second life on Switch, bringing it over into the deluxe version, because I thought I thought it was, I had a lot of fun playing it. But it was definitely not the highest of the highest. It just it scratched an itch at the time when it came out.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed that. Yeah.
But to be honest,
Yeah.
Toadette with the Super Crown is the only reason this cracks my top 10. Period. So
from a fashion perspective. Amazing. But I don't know if that was in the original Wii U one. I think that was I think that was a Switch Deluxe thing. Yeah. So they added some really cool features in the deluxe. So definitely, of this version of the game, get the deluxe, listeners, if you haven't played it. Yeah. It's definitely worth your time. Okay, so my number 9 is New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Okay. That one is great.
Yeah. I think the thing with this one is that it obviously brought the new generation of Mario to like a bunch of people who maybe didn't play it, because like the Wii was so phenomenally successful, and it was kind of some people who were lapsed gamers finally got back into it. So for Nintendo, like, I think identified this, and they were like, let's get Mario 2D Mario back, because it hadn't, I don't think this was the first 2D Mario on like a home system for quite some time, because everything was 3D from 64 all the way through to Galaxies, the 2 Galaxies. So to have this 2D Mario come back was just such a real nice revisit to like the original stuff, and I had a lot of fun playing it. I just felt that it wasn't as like, it just didn't have that hit of magic that I wanted from the other 2D Mario games, or that like as I was going through it, I felt like I was like, oh, I'm kind of like, I feel like I've experienced this before. But I could see, it's still a really good game, right?
Isn't this the first one, the new Super Mario Brothers Wii? Wasn't that the first one the bubbles were introduced? Because it was 4-player Mario with absolute chaos energy when you were playing with all 4 people.
Much chaos.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It ruined friendships. You're like,
it totally does.
And then I remember you can like the best part, it was like throwing your friends into a pit or something. Like it never got old. Like just like boom, just like dude, die.
Yes.
And it was like, we're on a team. This is cooperative.
No, there ain't no cooperation in Mario.
There is no cooperation.
No, it is arcade. Like, get to the finish line, be the best all the time. Yeah.
So for
I do
me,
not play Mario as a friendship.
So we're gonna go straight into your number 8, because my number 8 was New Super Mario Brothers Wii. So
amazing. Okay.
Yours was 9, mine was 8. So what is your number 8?
My number 8 was New Super Mario Brothers U. So we just did a flip flop.
Oh, look at us flip flopping! Oh my goodness, Toverse.
You love that.
Got
Isn't that fun? Yes. Yeah. So I think we're pretty much kind of.
I mean, those two are interchangeable. They're the same game, basically, just new levels and stuff like that. And so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So we talked
Let's
about.
Start
those.
with you this time.
Let's go
How about your number 7?
My number 7 is Super Mario Brothers 2, all the way back at the NES. I remember. Number 7. Yeah, I remember getting this as a kid and being so like, we can choose like who we want to play as Toad or Princess, Luigi or Mario, and like
that's a great game.
Little is so good, and the little gay boy in me was like, I am the fucking princess every
Oh my
time.
God.
Like, let
I don't know.
me
Pull that turnip
float.
up.
Yes.
Grab that turnip. I'm going to just throw it. Let me float over
That
this.
was,
Let me just float over. Oh,
yeah.
so
I mean,
good.
I think I was like 8 years old at the time.
That one's a lot
I
higher in
probably
my
didn't know
list,
this
just
game,
so
but
you
I was
know.
like, I need to be the princess. There was this like
I
something in
need
me. I
to
was like, I need to
be
be her.
a princess.
Uh-huh. And then I'm also not very tall. So there was like a little bit of part of me that identified with Toad. And I was just like, this is cool. Like I was like, this felt like, obviously it was they adapted the Mario Brothers 2 for the Western market because like the Lost Levels was so hard, the one that was released on the Famicom in Japan, that was more like the original. Um, but this, I'm glad they did, because I think what it did by doing that is allowed us to, as players and as consumers of Mario, to go, oh, he doesn't have to be the same thing all the time, right? It can
Yeah.
be different, and we can still love him and love the world and love the different characters. And we
Yeah.
got Shy Guy. Great. We got Birdo. We got all
And
these
yeah. And,
crazy weirdo
and
Mario
Birdo,
characters that
literally
still
a
are around
trans
today.
icon before we even had the words.
There you go. Right? Mario,
Yeah.
like
Like
being
Birdo was
inclusive,
like
loving the
everything.
community. Love it.
But
There we
Peach
go.
with that float is iconic. It's
So
just
true.
it's
Yeah.
literally the
And all
best
the hidden
thing.
secrets, all of it. So cool. So cool. Yeah. So that was my
That is
number
one of my
7. What's your
favorite
number
games of all
7, Mike?
times. My number
Mm-hmm.
7
Oh,
was Super Mario Brothers NES 1985.
okay.
The
Nice one.
original
Yeah.
blueprint. Respect your elders.
I paved the
It,
way as the first game so you could jump and float, Peach.
no, even better is it walks so the rest could speed run.
There you Oh, that's so stupid. I fucking love it, Mike. I love that.
It is good. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's the original. Probably you might have it a lot higher than I do, but for me, number 2 outshined it. Like it outshone it, whatever the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
my number 2 is a lot higher at my number. So my number 7 is the original
Okay.
because I remember when I was playing the original, I was like, okay, I'm just this guy, and it was great. But when Peach came in, I was like, oh, like you said, it was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, this is what I want to be a princess.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Um, I'll just say it here because my number 6 is actually the first one. So this is interesting that it's kind of playing out
Okay.
this way. So it is, I will never, ever, ever, ever forget being 6 years old and opening up my NES. I think we talked about this on the first episode of the podcast, but like opening up the NES for Christmas that me and my brother and my sister got as like a joint present, and just being like, finally, like you can play the arcade version of this game in your house and it looks
Yeah.
the same. And I was at that perfect age for it to capture my attention and just think it was the most amazing thing, which it still is. And it's still like, it set the bar for what video games could be, right? Up
Could
until
be.
then, video games were just arcadey. They were just get the high score. But Miyamoto like was like, no, let's make them like, let's let them have secrets. Like let's shift it up. Let's like give you the challenge of precision platforming and but make it playable for all people. There's just I mean, we can't say any more about this game that's already been said, but like,
The
it
only
just
reason
is,
I'm
it's still so good.
coordinated is because of these video games.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I would
exactly
be
it.
uncoordinated if it wasn't for video games. Like I'm so precise sometimes. I'm like, oh yes, because sometimes you have to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Yeah.
to.
It's all of that, all of that. And just, I will never forget the moment of finding the minus world. Did you ever do that when you were playing it as a kid?
The minus
When you would
world.
like it, Mike Malldee, do you not know about the minus world in Super Mario Brothers?
I don't know what I
Oh,
know anymore. I don't know what's real.
oh my God. Wait, you might know when I tell you, but if you don't, this is going to blow your mind. You need to go figure that you need to go watch some videos of this. So basically there's a glitch in the game that we found out as kids, either through magazines or whatever, or playground rumors. But effectively in World 1, 2, when you finish the first level and you go down below ground and it's like the gray
Okay.
block area, as you get right toward the very end, you know how you can warp if you jump over the top, but there's a way to break blocks before you go over to the warp part above the screen, and then you duck and you jump into a block at the right time, and it scrolls you along, and then you get to the pipe before it tells you what number it is, and the game hasn't loaded the fact that you're going into a warp pipe, so it doesn't know where to put you, so you go down this pipe, and all it says is minus 1, and it's all like repeat loop of you being in the water levels. And we thought like, oh my gosh, this is like a super secret like thing that's going to get you to whatever, but the game just can't register which world you're in, so it goes to like a water level, but it won't reset the clock. You can finish the level, it won't reset the timer, so you eventually die because the time runs out. Have you never seen this?
I feel like now that you say this, I have maybe seen it on the YouTubes or something, but I honestly can't. It's like sparking memories coming back to me, but I don't. It's not. I needed just to go watch another video and just do it maybe myself. So.
Oh, I want you to do it yourself. It's such a satisfying thing when you finally do it.
Does it work on the Nintendo Online?
It works. It works on all of them. They haven't got rid of the glitch.
Okay, never got rid of it. 99.999% it's iconic, I guess, now. At this point.
Yeah, I think they just left it in. So,
okay,
Mario
That's
Brothers.
Exciting.
Mario Brothers, great stuff. Okay, what's your number 6?
Let's see, my number 6. This is where it gets hard, because this is like the part where it's like you love games and you don't know where to put them, and like some of these, like my top 3, basically, I'm like, I want them all to be number 1. But okay, so number 6, Super Mario Land 2. Golden Coins for Game Boy.
Super Mario Land 2. Yep. Okay. Is that why? Because it's number 6, you put it as number 6 with the 6 golden coins?
Probably it was like subliminal, abominable,
subconscious.
Subconsciously, yes. This is when handheld Mario 8, though. It's like when it 8. Wario debuts. Levels are wild, and the bunny ears are total cuteness. Like it's awesome. So it's like Ariana,
But he literally ate
because the game had style.
It's a carrot that he eats to become the bunny, right? So he literally eats in this game. Yeah,
he literally ate. And honestly, it's like I said, it's ahead of its time. The game had style. It was Game Boy, and you had a Game Boy, did you not?
Please. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody had a Game Boy, and it's just like Game Boy games weren't like the most amazing graphics or anything, but like because you had it with you, and you could just cherish it. Everything in the Game Boy is like every game, no matter how bad it was so good because you could have a game with you at all times. Just make sure you have spare batteries. But it was just so it was so good. So like just having a Mario game that was fun and exciting and this had so much complexity to it, I guess. It was just like to have you on your Game Boy in 1992. Like, come on now. It's such a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was, interestingly, it was one of the games, I never played it when I had a Game Boy when I was a kid. I don't know why I never got it. Oh no, I'll bet you, I'll tell you why I didn't get it. Because I had the first one, Super Mario Land, which is really good. Like it's the one that's kind of like quirky and all that kind of stuff. It's where it introduced us to Daisy, who's now a main character and all that. But I think I was like, I liked it. Is she? I didn't know about that. Oh yes, we talked about that, didn't we? Yeah,
we did.
I liked Mario Land, but I think I was like, oh, this is kind of just be the same thing, and I kind of just dismissed it. But I only came to it on the 3DS, and when I got it, and I was like, oh my gosh, why did I not play this game? It's so good. For all the reasons you said, right? Like really cool mechanics, but it looks like it shouldn't be on a Game Boy. It looks like almost like a Super Nintendo game. Like if it's like not exactly, but it's that.
But like how, like
detail.
That's so what I was saying. Like, how does this on a Game Boy and I can take it with me literally anywhere?
Yeah.
So it's just so good.
And it had an overworld map. It had like different like areas. It's really, really good. And some really great challenging platforming, which is so fun. Um, yeah, great choice.
What was your
And
number
that actually is my
6?
number. Oh, did we not do my number 6 yet? We did.
No.
My number 6 was Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
Um,
no, we
yeah,
didn't talk about.
and then
I thought number.
but
Oh,
my
we
number
did. That's right.
5.
That's right. Because we
You did
flipped.
your number 6. I'm doing my
Gotcha.
number 5 because
Number
that is my number
5.
5 is Super Mario Land 2. So we're kind
Okay.
of like in the
That
same
was my
space right
10.
here. So
That was
that's
my
why I kind of
10.
yeah.
I could have put it up higher. I could have put it up higher.
No,
I
no,
just
no, no.
didn't.
Mine was no. Mine was my number 5 was Super Mario Land 2: The Six Golden Coins. What we just talked about.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Michael,
Yeah.
welcome to the
So
podcast.
we're kind of we're kind of like basically aligning up. I'm like really interested to see how this plays out. But we might diverge a little bit here, I think.
You better have the
So that
same
was my
number
number
one that
5.
I
So then if
have.
you do, I can't wait to figure this one out. So what's your number 5, Mike?
My number 5 is Super Mario Brothers 2. It's just one of the most
Super Mario Brothers 2.
with the
Okay.
Peach, the
Yep.
floaty float. And it's one of the most iconic, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's just iconic. And it's one of those games when I was like 5 or 6 years old, was I? In 88. I was 2 years old when that came
Uh-huh.
out. So my
Okay.
brother had the
Yep.
NES, and and I just remember being like 4, 3, 4, or 5, and I would just go in this going up because we shared a room, we had bunk beds, and he's
Okay.
5 years old. He's 5 years older than me, so he was like 7, so he already had it on. And I was too young to play. But then, like a couple years later,
Mm-hmm.
I'd go in and I'm like, oh, who's this? What is this? Put it in. Oh, girl. Pick the girl. Like I'm 4 years old, and I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
and I just loved it. I just loved it because the Peach made it easy for me as a child to float around. Like once again, we're talking about it again,
Mm-hmm.
but I just love it. So then number 5, it's in my number 5. I didn't know where to put the next 2 or 3 of them, but yes, number 5.
Yeah, it's when you get to this point with these rankings, it's kind of like, oh, they're all so good, right? Like they could all go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things just to pick up on Super Mario Brothers 2 for the NES, that was the first time also because the first Mario was like kind of more basic graphics for the Nintendo, but this was when they started to move into that era where they were making things a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more kind of showcasing the power the NES could have, with some artistic vision. So yeah, really, really, really awesome game. Really awesome game. Love it. Oh, I might want to go play. Now I want to play all of these games. Gosh, damn it. Okay. So that was your
5.
number 5. So then I've done my number 5. So it's now to do. Why don't you do your number 4?
You do number 4 before me. I
Okay.
think I messed
So
up.
my number 4 is Super Mario Brothers Wonder for the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah. I Oh man, I think I think there was a lot of pressure on this game when it came out because I think people were tired of the new Super Mario Brothers like chapter of games and those graphics and whatnot. And they really wanted a 2D Mario spectacle, but they wanted it to kind of go back towards something that was a less of the kind of the graphical style of the new Super Mario Brothers. We wanted to see the evolution of it. And don't forget the movie had also come out. So now we were thinking like, oh, is this going to like look like the movie characters and all that kind of stuff? And I think, Nintendo did the great thing that it always does is it just surprises you and it says, no, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to let it be its own kind of style. It's not going to be completely different. But I think it just brought, and I know this is so cheesy because this is what all the reviews said, but I can't help but saying it. It just brought a lot of wonder. It was just so
Yeah, for sure.
interesting. The Wonder Flower mechanics, how pretty much every stage had its own unique version of that.
Badass
The
elephant.
precision controls, so good, so good. I mean, it's just one of those really, really, really fun games that they nailed it. They kind of allowed their creativity to completely blossom. They took us out of the Mushroom Kingdom, right? So if you've done everything in all the Mushroom Kingdom, take us out of there, take us to a whole different portal to the Flower Kingdom, which then gets me thinking like, oh my gosh, we've got all these other kingdoms in the Mario universe. Let's go see where we can go, where Mario can go, and then all the characters can go. And um, I think it's just a lot of fun. It's it for me, it felt like a return to Super Mario World in a way, like that kind of leap from Super Mario Brothers 3 to Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World from the
Mhm.
NES to the Super NES. And I just had so much fun playing it. I haven't done the gauntlet of like really challenging levels at the end yet. I need to try and do that. I need to pick it back up and play it.
I still need
Um,
to complete
and
it.
just introducing the play mechanic of like yeah, okay. And introducing the play mechanic of the different power-ups that you can have when you go into a different level, just kind of like, allows you to switch things up a little bit and, you know, come at levels with different abilities that, keeps it fresh as you go through. And it looks good. The animation was really good, I think of it. Like it really, they didn't go big with things. They just added a lot more detail that kind of like the way he like grabs his hat as he going to the pipe or becoming the elephant and splashing the water everywhere. It's just so adorable. Such an adorable game. So good.
It's
Loved
a
it.
good one.
I'll stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Continue.
What
I
about
love
you?
the
What's your
talking.
number 4?
Okay, let me get back to my list because I messed up. And now that's what I was doing. I was going through everything. Like, where did I put the other one? So my number. Okay, sorry. Okay, so now I figured out what my number 4 is. I just had to read the list. So I was listening to Wonder because Wonder is wonderful. Okay, my number 4 is Yoshi Island, Super Mario
Okie dokie.
NES,
Yep.
SNES.
Yep.
Yoshi's Island came out.
Yep.
When did it come out? I have it right here.
I think it's 95.
1995 for the SNES.
Yeah.
It was you don't get to play as Mario. So that's it's like one of these ones that are in the list that is called Super Mario World 2, but you're not Mario because it's not your typical Mario game. You play as Yoshi, and Baby Mario just screams. And it's cute, and it's gorgeous hand drawn art, which is really nice, like a story, like a color storybook, right? Am I getting it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. You are. Yeah.
From what I remember,
like
and the
all
flutter jump,
drawn
the
with
flutter
crayons.
jump, yes, crayons. The flutter jump,
Yeah.
the egg throwing, the mechanics. And it still defines Yoshi's character today, I think, too. Like he always has that flutter to that whatever it is, and then he's the egg throwing, and I love it. I just love it. It was very innovative, I think.
Yeah.
And Mario's
it's a
crying noise
pretty spectacular.
probably traumatized us for generations. So,
oh, it's absolutely triggering. I can still I can still hear it, and then the number counting down when you're like you need to kind of catch him. It is just like that sound plus the numbers counting down. Yeah, it's technically a prequel,
because he's a baby.
Right? So it's
Mario's first adventure.
Exactly. And all the things you said, it's just I think it's just a really special game because I remember it coming out in 95. They didn't really broadcast this on the box. That was when the Super FX chip was really popular,
yes.
like that Star Fox used. Well, this one actually has the Super FX 2 chip. So it was an evolution of the Star Fox chip, but they didn't like really make a big deal about it being having the SFX2. They just kind of just said, look what we can do with these graphics, right? They just started to say like, we're still really cool. We're making really good graphical games. And I think it was, for me, all of the mechanics, it took away the clock in terms of having to get to the end of the level by a certain time limit, right? It was just more exploration, secrets hidden everywhere, and then the challenge of like trying to get all the stars.
It was less linear than most Mario games, like a traditional Mario game. It's just completely linear. Whereas this one, you're right, there was other things to do.
Yeah, there's the exploration. There's all the like. So you could just run through the game if you wanted to and like go to like post to post and pass Mario along. But like this was the first game that I actively remember going, oh no, if I get him across the line without getting hit, that's a thing. If I have all 30 stars, if I get all the Yoshi coins, like there's all these other things that allowed it to like amplify the challenge for each level. And the replayability was one of the first games I remember 100%ing and just being like, yes, like I was really proud of that. And I had that save up and you could see all the like different ways that the title screen would change as you were, 100%ing each level and all that kind of stuff. It was just such a phenomenal game. I think it's one of the most underrated. Yoshi, yeah, one of the most underrated.
And the soundtrack slaps. It was dreamy, playful, slightly unhinged. But it was really good.
It
stands apart. It stands apart from other games because, like, not only in the name, like it just carries the name, but it is a Mario game. I don't know. I just love that you get to play as like Yoshi. Like that is like he is the kid. You're not controlling him as Mario. So you are Yoshi.
Yeah. A perfect game in my opinion. It's a perfect game. Everybody should play it.
Oh no. So wait, that's my number 4. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was Super Mario Wonder. Yeah, that's what we talked about.
It was Wonder. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So we'll go to my number 3, or do you want to do your number 3?
Let me pull up my list. Okay, we'll do my number 3.
Your number 3. Go for it.
Super Mario Wonder.
Okay, cool.
So,
okay, love it.
This game is gay. It's high. It's fabulous. It's high. It's so high. They're always doing mushrooms. And like literally mushrooms, but also, but the background is all trippy and like psychedelic, and it's fabulous. It's so creative, it hurts. And the animations alone have more personality than some full franchises do. So like it was really cool. Like I remember when like the little plant is like, what is it? The guy in his voice, and it's actually talking. Like it's the first Mario game that has like
the flower.
The flower, like a 2D Mario game that has actual like voice acting, like not any of the characters, of course, but like he is just like he sounds like a podcaster. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I don't know. I felt like I was high when I was playing it. So anyways, we already talked about Wonder, but that was my little take on it.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about the psychedelic aspect of it, and I think I'm sure there had to be some substances being imbibed or taken while the designers were being there making it, because it's coconuts. It's my favorite word. It's coconuts.
Okay, now your number 3.
My number 3 is Super Mario Brothers 3. Is this where we're gonna have a slapdown disagreement?
I'm dancing like Bayonetta.
You dancing. You getting your Bayonetta on. I love it.
Getting my demon slayed out.
I think in these 3, 2, and 1. I am splitting hairs here. Like it, and you ask me on any other day, these top 3 is going to shift. They could all be my number 1, but number 3, I think I mean, the whole excitement around number 3 when it came out, like it having that big, huge campaign with the like kids shouting Mario, and then it being part of the Wizard, like they just completely marketed this like with everything they could, but they backed up the marketing. Like it was such a
great game,
and I will never forget finally getting it, and like me and my friend Sean, my neighbor at the time, like both just like glued to the screen with the controllers and just thinking like, these graphics, how could they get any better? As a kid, like you would just be like, they can be never better than this.
Yeah.
But it was so expansive.
The tail spinning or whatever, and the noise. I can hear it all in my head right now.
The P-wing. Yeah, exactly. Yes. When you're running along, and I mean, just introducing all those different like power-ups and mechanics. And I mean, you want to talk about tough gameplay.
Oh gosh!
Like I like the compactness of the levels.
There was so many worlds too.
It really taught me to play games. Yeah.
Let's be honest though, Mario 3 changed everything.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Completely.
The suits, the map, the ambition of it all. It was just, I love the suits. Oh my god, every suit. I was just so happy when I was a little raccoon, and then what was the other? The frog. Like, wasn't there frog in that one? Yes. And
yeah.
So good. It was just so good. It brings.
Do you remember the first time you got
much.
To Big World and like everything was gigantic?
Yes.
That
and
was like mind blowing.
Those big red blocks the colorful blocks were just so satisfying to see, and like they were just so Big World. I forgot about Big World. Yes. So good.
Yeah, Big World, and then the warp whistle secrets. Like, oh my gosh, you could hold down on one of those white blocks and then fall and then run behind
Yeah.
the finish line. It was just such cool secrets that they were just there and there for they it was so good. Such a good game. Such a good game.
It is one of
I
the
think
best.
it should be one that everybody plays once a year. Like it's just that good and it's so
I
good.
wouldn't be opposed to them remaking it some way to where the graphics are just a graphic upgrade. I mean, it is perfect, but like it would be kind of cool to have like a Switch. I know I can play it on my Switch, but like have a, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't touch it.
Did
Maybe you
you
shouldn't touch
know? Wait, but did you know about on the Super Mario All Stars that was on the Super Nintendo? Are you aware of that?
What is going on now? What are you talking about?
It's like the very first remasters of games ever. So on the Super Nintendo, they released, and it's on Nintendo Switch Online. You could play it now. You go in, and it's called Super Mario All Stars, and it's
Oh, and
basically
it has
Super
more than
Mario
one game
1.
on there. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes,
it's
yes.
all in 16-bit graphics, so they have updated
Oh,
it. Yeah. So
I guess so.
it's all the
But that's
same play. It's all the
Super
same
Nintendo
playing.
updated.
Yeah, but it's exactly the same. It's all the same gameplay. It just
Okay.
has like 16-bit graphics. So it's
Gotcha.
kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking
You
about
should
though.
check it out. Yeah, it's
Yes,
really
because I
good.
have the All
It's really good.
Stars for the Switch for the the three, and then they were true to their word. They're not going to sell it again. The
Oh,
3D
you
All
mean for the
Stars or
3D
whatever.
ones, the 3D ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
that's
like
right.
I was like, oh, I can't believe they really aren't going to sell it again. Like that was I'm glad I bought it when I did. But anyway, so
Yeah, that's
back
so
to
fucking
this.
stupid. They're just
Yeah,
leaving money on the table.
no,
Jesus.
but that's unlike Nintendo
Um,
though. So
it is. Yeah.
okay, so that was your number
Okay, so
three.
that was my number 3. Yeah, what's your number 3?
Do you think it was because it had three in the
Oh no, your
title?
number 3 was Super Mario Wonder. So
It
then
was
what's your number 2?
my number two. What is my number two? Super Mario World, the SNES, Super Nintendo.
Okay. Great.
It's
Love it.
the cape, the secrets, the aesthetic, that gold cape. I just remember it was so good. It's basically perfect, and you get Yoshi, and that bitch carried that game. Like it was. That's when you got. That's it's like they're back
Mhm.
again. Yoshi is well. This happened first, of course, but um, that is literally one of the best games like ever. Super Mario World was. I just
Mhm.
remember like, and then you get all these different color Yoshis too, right? All these eggs, and then it was just so much fun.
Mhm.
It was Super Mario World, and it was just the best. It was the best game on Super Nintendo because I feel like Super Nintendo was one of those systems that I had the longest. That was like the system I had for a long time compared to other gaming systems, and that game just had replayability. Like you just pop it back in. I want to play this game. It's fun. Like it's really fun,
Mhm.
and it never gets old. So, what do you think about that
No,
one?
it
Is that
never
on your
does,
list?
and it's definitely. Oh yeah, it's definitely on my list. It
It's the best
is.
one, I think. One of the best ones.
Yeah, definitely up there, and I think at a time it had a lot of like it had a lot of expectation on it because like over in the US at least or in the West, like the Super Nintendo kept getting delayed, and like
Oh
Sega, that's when
yeah.
they were like on their like rise to overtaking the market, and Sonic was everywhere, and
Oh
it was
yeah.
bright and beautiful and like flashy and all that, and like people were like, Nintendo really needs to show up because Sonic was literally leaving them in the dust with the NES. And so, as a huge Nintendo fan, I was on that side of the camp. When the Super Nintendo came out and they finally started showing like the gameplay for Super Mario World, it just felt like, oh, thank gosh, this is great. This looks really cool. It looks beautiful. But like then you get your hands on it and you're like, oh my gosh, this plays so awesome, right? Like
Yeah.
getting
And
your
then it introduced
Yoshi,
Yoshi.
getting all the different.
Yeah. It introduced Yoshi, so it was so cool.
Yeah, getting Yoshi, getting all the different like different power-ups, and they like different you got some power-ups so late in the game, you were just getting new stuff quite like throughout the whole thing. The secret entrances and exits on the world map that you had to kind of like learn, like you like this, but depending on the size of a dot of like a level, that that's going to be, you need to find a secret exit to get you
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
So all these
Yeah, it had
different
a
things
massive
that
overworld map.
and Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, I think it was 96 levels, including the Star Road ones. I could be a little bit wrong there, but
Oh wow.
so not only was it like
Yeah, and it had all these
lots
branching
of different
paths
like
and stuff.
paths.
That was so cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, all those different branching paths you could take, but then also just like precision platforming and like lots of different secrets and lots of different fun. It is still to this day a game that I will always come back and play. And
Yeah, and
just,
the
one
controls
of the
were
reasons I
so
wanted to
like
start doing
good.
this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So good. So good. They're
Tons of
perfect. Perfect
secrets.
controls.
Tons of
Perfect controls.
secrets.
Yeah.
And
There is a there
like
is
I said,
some
what were you gonna
okay.
say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you okay? No. I was gonna say it's basically like I said earlier how it was like the game because like the Super Nintendo was like one of the systems
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like most people had for like the longest and still went back to, but
Mm-hmm.
it defined the Super Nintendo, like the era. Like
Yes.
that game defined the Super Nintendo. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
and it's
Absolutely.
still speedrun
Um
gold. People still speedrun it. Like it's still a thing.
mhm. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
It's still if listeners, if you've never played it, if you're younger listening to this, or if you're, older or whatever, if you are a lapsed gamer and haven't played it a long time, go and pick that game up. You are going to love it. It is so good. Okay. So then that means to my number 2. My number 2 was Super
Yoshi
Mario World
Island.
2, Yoshi's Island. Yeah. So we've said everything there is to say about that one.
And I
So
know
yeah,
what your number one
I
is.
just love it. Okay, what's your number 1?
Your number one is Super Mario World.
Yep, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
My
Will
number
always and
one,
forever
Super
be my
Mario
favorite
Brothers
game.
3.
Okay, cool.
So
And
like I said,
do you know
all
what I was gonna say?
these top three are interchangeable, like you
Is
said.
they are interchangeable, but what I love about your number 1 and my number 1 is that I think people fall into that camp, either camp. Like they are
3
Super Mario
or
Brothers
World.
3 people or they're Super Mario Brothers World people. And I think I love that it's checking out that way. Okay.
Mario 3
So
is
we've
just
said
this
everything
is so
about the
perfect. It was so good.
it's so good.
And
It's so good.
I think it was my age too when I played it. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just thinking about it, like I don't know, being that young, like it came out when it 80 I was 2 years old when it came out. So like the youngest I probably played it was like 3 or 4. And just I think
Right.
it just it's the one that sparked joy in me to video games,
Yes.
like my introduction. So I can't it has to be my number 1. So
Yeah. I mean, then there's no beating that, right? There's nothing that
exactly.
can ever take that away from you. And I love that. I love that. Like, what a fucking great game to have that be that game. So
Exactly.
lucky. That is so incredible. That's so good.
I agree.
Okay. But we now have the unenviable task of coming up with what is our out of sync top 10 list for the Mario games here. So
Only one of
let's fight it
mine.
out. Let's get
Okay, yeah.
our dancing going, and then let's let's see where we go. So let's start with 10. So my number
You mean
10 was New
11?
Super Mario Brothers. Oh, no, because we're just going to put the top 10 here.
Oh, for as a family?
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
I
to
thought we were going to
decide
talk about the
between this
3 that
list.
didn't make it. I thought that about the 3 that didn't make it. Oh,
Oh,
but
yeah, we can talk about those.
but we have one. I have one in my category that didn't make it that you made it.
Oh, which one?
You said, "Oh my goodness." I don't remember. What's your number 10?
My number 10 is New Super Mario Brothers.
That one didn't make it in my list.
Okay, yeah. So we can take that one off.
This is where
So
we're
that one can
battling.
go. Yeah, that's fine. But if it wasn't on your list, I'm happy for that one to go. So that's a no. That one's not making the top 10. Cool. And then was there one on your list that didn't make mine?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so. I can see it. I've got the notes here. No.
How do I
No.
have? Okay.
That's
Okay.
So then
Wait, did Super Mario Land? Super Mario. Oh, you did it. That was higher up. Okay, got it.
Oh no, that was you. Sorry, that's the one. That's the one from
Oh, it
yours
is.
that didn't make it. Yeah. Okay, so that one's off the list. So those two are gone.
So we don't have a 10.
So then we have to
This is where we
figure
battle.
out. This is where we battle. So our lowest ranking ones where we were similar was New Super Mario Brothers Wii and New Super Mario Brothers U, where we were opposite sides, 9 and 8, 8 and 9.
I like so the Wii for me. So I didn't have the Wii for me was better because the Wii was just I didn't have a Wii U. I didn't get to play the U version until the Switch. So that's why for me the Wii version is better because
number 9. Okay.
For me.
I won't fight you on that one. I won't fight you on that. I think that's fine. I mean, so I think they kind of sit in similar spaces. Super Mario Brothers Wii, and then number 10 is New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
But I have my Wii as number 8.
Right, but
okay, we'll figure that out
because our 10s are both gone, right? So we're now at the lowest level, if that makes sense. So there is no 10 for either of us. So our 9 and 8 is the lowest.
Okay.
Right? Do you see where I'm at?
Gotcha.
Right. So then, okay. So
what was your 8?
My number 8 was Super Mario Brothers U. Wii U.
Okay, gotcha.
Super Mario Brothers Wii U, right? So we basically put, but I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight to put it like over that. Yeah. Okay. So number 8, that would be our 6s and 7s maybe. So my 6 was Super Mario Brothers, and your number 7 was Super Mario Brothers. Or I think, okay, so based on this list, I think Super Mario Brothers should be number 8, because if you then average Super Mario Brothers 2, I gave it a 7 and you gave it a 5. So that would then kind of make it higher on the list. Does that make sense?
Yes. I agree.
Can you see? Okay, so this is Super Mario Bros.
NES.
And then, and then number 7, based on that logic, means that Super Mario Brothers 2 should be number 7 on this list.
Well, I have that at number 5.
Right, but do you see what I'm saying is that it was my number 7. So it's
fine. Yes.
Well, do you think it should be higher? Do you want it to be higher? What would go at number 7?
I don't think I don't think Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, should be higher.
Okay, so it should be higher.
I think Super Mario Brothers 2 should be higher than that. Because of the nostalgia.
Okay, so because of the nostalgia, that's a bitch. It makes you think things. It makes you think things. So well, you think Super Mario?
We will do what you need to do, and I will Bayonetta dance.
This is what we need to do. This is us making a list together, Mike. This is where we can fight it out, and then we don't have to agree on everything, but we can fight it out. Okay, so you think Super Mario Land 2 should be number 7 on this list? Is that what you're saying? Okay, and then that would put Super Mario Brothers 2 at number 6.
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I win.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Super. Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. Okay, that is number 7.
Did you even have that on your list?
And then I did. Yeah, it was number 5 for me.
Okay, we just had them so close together that I forgot that we had them talked about it. So again.
That's true. And I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to overly fight you because I think we're going to have a big fight that I'm going to try and win in a few minutes. So I'm hedging. I'm playing tactical.
Okay, fine.
Choices. Okay. So then number 5. No, it's fine. Number 5 then would be probably Wonder, maybe. Wonder or Super Mario World 2.
I can drop Wonder down. I really like Wonder, but then after hearing and doing this, talking about it and everything, I think I like Super Mario World 2 better. then I think I want it higher now. I want to rearrange my list a little bit.
Yeah.
Because after we talked about it,
yeah, Super Mario
also, you know what? Yeah, I like the psychedelic stuff, but I can't be high all the time. So.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I gotta be sober. I gotta get some shit done, right? Okay. Oh my god, I love that part of the ranking is because you can't be high all the time. That's amazing. Okay, so
Not
then
that I
that
get
means
high,
number
but still,
4
like,
then.
just in my mind. Yes, number 4.
I know, and you're Mario, and you can be Mario high and Mario sober. That's fine.
Mario high.
So then that means number 4 should be Yoshi's Island based on our list, right?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that though.
Oh wait, where are we putting Super Mario Brothers 2? Hold on, I have you really. Let me pull up this list.
We have it already. We've got it here on number 6.
Oh, there it is, number 6. That's sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And then Super Mario Wonder.
I'm trying to click like I can type on it, but it's just a screen.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to say okay for Super Mario World 2 here right now. Why we finesse, because I might want to argue between the top 4 a little bit. Okay. But let's try and put them where we think they can go, and then we can fight it out. Okay, so Super Mario Brothers 2 is number 4.
Sorry for listeners only, because this is probably like, what is happening? But
that's okay. Let's
this is visual.
This is visual, but we'll recap in just a moment when we've got the list, and then we'll argue out the finessing points in a moment. Okay.
Got it.
So then number 3, based on our rankings, would be Super Mario. Which one? It's not
Your
World.
3 is my 1.
It's not 3.
Your 3 is... Oh, but you...
What are we...
Super Mario Brothers 3 is your 3.
We've done Wonder. We've got Yoshi's Island. Right. That's fine.
But remember, this is not a top 10. This is a top 9. This is a top 9.
Oh, then... Oh, we need to have top 10. This is top 10. Did we miss one?
I know, but remember, we both got rid of our 10s.
Oh, so we can't have... Oh, then we need to bump one up.
So it's only top 9. We will... This is chaos. This is Bayonetta.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Okay.
So
there's only
what we'll do at the end. We'll pick either the one that I got bumped or the one you got bumped, and we'll fight that out as well.
Okay, great.
For number 10.
Okay, so then basically we need to put at
number 1 will
2.
be our number 2 right now. Yes.
Right. Okay. So that will be
number 2. I will compromise, and I will put Super Mario Brothers 3 as my number 2. If you bump it up from your 3rd.
So then that would put Super Mario World as
your
the
number 1 would
top
remain
game
your number
for
1.
Our list.
Yes. Yes.
Is that? I mean, I'm very happy with that.
That's my final answer.
So okay, so we're calling Super Mario World as the best 2D Mario Brothers game, and then the second best is Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yes.
And then
yes, indeed.
Mario Bros 3. So then that means number 10 was one that we bumped off, which is now what? Which one do you want that to be?
Well, obviously I want it to be mine, Super Mario Land. Oh no, we already have that in there.
Okay. No, we have Super Mario Land 2,
Super Mario
6 golden
Brothers.
coins. We bumped off Super Mario Land and New Super Mario Brothers.
I feel like I'm losing.
So which one do you want as number 10?
Surprise me.
No, you choose.
I'm so lost. My original one was Super Mario Land, but didn't you have that up higher on your list?
No, I didn't have it on my list.
Oh,
that's why we bumped it off.
Land because it's Game Boy and I love Game Boy.
Yeah, and I don't super love New Super Mario Brothers anyway, so this is an
You
easy
only
one for
like
me
the
to agree
being
with you.
big and
Super.
walking, crashing through the whole level thing.
Exactly. I didn't like fully love it. Okay.
Okay, I like it.
So we're happy with this list?
I'm happy.
Okay, so let's just for the
Recap.
listeners, go for it, Mike. Recap from 10 upwards. What is the Out of Sync Gaming's top 10 2D Mario platformer games?
At number 10, we have Super Mario Brothers Land, where we introduce.
I think it's just Super Mario Land. It's not even Super Mario Brothers Land.
Oh, God.
Wait, start over because I wrote it wrong. Okay.
Super Mario Land.
Take two.
At number 10, we have
Okay.
Super Mario Land, and that's the one where we introduce to Daisy, no?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Got it. And you get to fly around on a plane, I think, too. So that's why I like it.
Yes, there's
It's
like
fun.
shooting. There's like arcade shooting pieces in it. It's great.
Love it. Love it.
Uh-huh.
Number 9, new Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And then what started the chaos and all the 4-player bubble chaos is at number 8, new Super Mario Brothers Wii. Number 7, Super Mario Brothers. Oh my gosh, so complicated. Why they keep the name and everything, and so now it's like I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers, the original. No, the Super. Is it? Yeah, no, that is the original.
Yeah, no, it's Super Mario Brothers is the one on the NES that like introduced us to the one-ups.
Gotcha.
There is a game called Mario Brothers, which is like a competitive game that was
yeah,
like
that one I did not like.
Yeah,
it's not, I mean it's fun, but my brother would always beat me. So
yeah,
but it's
exactly.
not a 2D. But it's not a 2D scroller.
Nope.
Okay, and then number 6 coming in is Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, 6 on 6.
Mm-hmm. So
you
good.
did the top 5.
And our top 5 takes us rounding out the corner. For number 5 is Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES. Number 4 is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Funny enough, both of those games are the ones where you can choose like different characters to play. How interesting that they ended up like right next to each other, right?
Yeah,
because you can do character select.
you could be Peach.
Number 3, you can be Peach. I love it. Number 3, and Nabbit, little Nabbit, he's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 on this list is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Number 2 is Super Mario Brothers 3, and of course, the reigning champion in my heart and forever and all time is Super Mario World.
It's perfect.
Just great. And again, we do this list in another year. Number 3 could be at the top because I might change my mind. You know what I mean? That's what I love about Mario games. It could absolutely just
like I said, number 3 for me is the nostalgia, and it's like my first video game. So of course it's going to be up there. But I do agree that playing Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo is perfect. It's a great game. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And because you reminded me of the big world, I was like, oh yeah, and I really like that. So
well, there you go, listeners and watchers. That is our list. What did you think? Would you have ranked this differently? Do you live in the camp where Super Mario Brothers 3 is always the number 1 and Super Mario World is always the 2? Can you believe that we did not put another game on this list? Share your thoughts, please. Share your comments. Give us your top 10 list. We want to hear what you think about all that stuff. Mike, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that. That was a nice little trip down each of those games. Yeah. Great ranking, Mike. Thank you for that. That was a lot of fun. So we have got some exciting stuff coming down the line over the next few episodes. We are going to get Mike's impressions with his hands-on with the Switch 2 coming up. That is finally going to happen in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be really fun, listeners. Mike is going to get his hands on it before I can, so we're going to hear all of his thoughts about Super Mario Kart World, what the system is like, what it's like to open it. I am excited for you, super envious, but stupid work means I have to travel and I can't have it on day 1. But that's okay. We're gonna live vicariously through Mike.
Why do you have to have a job? Honestly.
I wish I didn't have to have a job. That would be great. But I love my job and I am very blessed with it as well. So, and I get to do things like this for all of you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so we're gonna hear Mike's impressions on Switch 2, and then because I'm gonna be traveling for work, I will be in San Francisco. So I am gonna hit up the new Nintendo store that has just launched there. I am so excited to check out some of the things they've got on sale to spend all of my hard-earned cash and not have any money for groceries because I'm buying stuff I don't need at the Nintendo store San Francisco. I know there's been lots of people going to visit it and check it out, so that's just getting me more hyped. And it's just so nice that I've had a trip dovetailing around the opening time to go see that. So I'm going to take some videos of the store and share our impressions with that. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. And then future episodes, we are going to start dipping into some more games that we talk about. Of course, we're going to talk about Mario Kart World. We're going to dip into Kirby and the Forgotten Lands.
We're gonna do we're gonna play it together too. Like, why not? Let's get that silly little camera and like show you how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
We could do a whole podcast. We could actually like sit at the diner and have a podcast playing Mario Kart World and just be like our little characters, like beep beep.
It's going to be, I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for it. We have basically become a Nintendo podcast, but don't worry, listeners. We've got the whole.
Oh, we got some other games coming up. Yes.
We've got other games coming out that we are going to start playing. And I think I've encouraged Mike to sign up to Game Pass so he can start playing some of those Xbox games.
Yeah, he said it was Gay Pass, and then I realized what it really was.
If I put a gay spin on it, of course, Mike's like, what? I want to sign up for that.
Sounds gay.
Game Pass, Mike. Game Pass, Mike. It's Game Pass.
Yeah, I typed in the wrong way. I typed in GAYME pass, and don't go to that website, folks.
Do not go to that website.
Unless you got a credit card.
We are not endorsing that. Right. Well, that's about all the time we have left for this episode. So, Mike Malldee, where can the listeners find you on social so they can engage with you?
Before we end, I know it's been like almost 2 hours, but I want to say that since you have a long flight going to San Francisco, are you going to touch anything on your backlog?
Oh, yes. So
this is important.
This is a really good question. So I think I'm toying
did we agree on a game?
Well, we've talked about one of the games that we want to play coming down the line and talk about is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. So I was thinking of getting ahead of that because the next game we're going to be so next episode is just all about San Francisco store and then your impressions of Switch 2 and your first go through of Mario Kart World. And then after that episode is when I get back and I'll be able to talk about the Switch 2 and then we'll talk about playing Mario Kart World together and stuff.
Got it.
So we've got a little bit of a runway before we talk about any backlog. But what I might do, Mike, I might sneak one in that I didn't tell you about. It's the game you got me for my birthday a couple years ago, Pikmin 4. I keep picking it up and wanting to play it, and then I get sidetracked by something else. So a good long 11-hour flight with Pikmin 4 might be the thing that I need to crack the back of that. So that's
I haven't finished it, but I'm pretty far in. I think I'm almost done with that game, but I can finish it. And I would love to talk about it, actually, because I do love me some Pikmin. So,
yeah, they're adorable. And I think yes. So I get what this game is asking me to do because I played the first few hours and it's finally clicking with me. So, yeah, that's gonna be my
a lot of micromanaging
game. It's like life, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's great.
Life.
Yeah, exactly. Let me escape into this game by having to manage and micromanage.
And if our next actual podcast isn't until June with the new Switch, then I will definitely try to upload maybe some gameplay of me in VR or playing Nintendo or doing something. So I'll try to upload something in between to kind of fill the space. So why not?
Yeah. I mean, we might be able to squeeze one in before, so maybe let's relook at our dates. But then also, yeah, that's a really good shout, Mike. So listeners, we talked about how we want to expand our content. So putting more videos of us playing games, actually enjoying playing the games and talking about it as we play them. So we're going to start having some shorter, gameplay videos go up or some shorter videos of just impressions of things that we've had. So we're going to start start giving you more content for your ear holes so you can fall in love with us even more.
And I'll try my hand at some ASMR. ASMR unboxing of the Nintendo Switch too. Actually, it's gonna be horrible. I
I'm
won't do
living
that.
for it. Yeah. I want you to get up really close with the magnet click. That's going to be really good. Cool. All right. Well, careful what you wish for, listeners, because we're coming at you with lots of more content. Just going to keep bringing up more stuff that we love doing, right? Just having a really good time talking about games, playing games, and then sharing our thoughts with them for all of the internet to hear. So, yeah, I think that's about it for this episode, Mike. Where can people find you on the internet to engage with you?
To engage with you, Out of Sync Gaming on Instagram is going to be one of the go-to places if you'd like to play with me on League of Legends. I do play like a couple times a week. Still, I dabble. You can search for me. I have a UK. The problem is I have a UK address now, so it's Defying Space Gravity. Defying Gravity is my name in the UK for you people who want to play League of Legends with me in my UK. If you want to play with American me, it's MALLDEE. But I'm in the UK right now, so I'm making that account work for me. So, and Mike Malldee, MALDY. I have so many names on Instagram.
I love it. I love that you've got continental personalities now on League of Legends. That's fantastic. I like
yes, multiple personalities.
Yeah, look, definitely hit up Mike. He is fantastic to play games with. I'm not just saying that because we co-host. He is just a lot of fun to get involved with those things with. So yeah, hit him up and go do that League of Legends stuff. I'm still not sure what that is, Mike, but I need to figure it out. Maybe one day you can get me to play it.
Maybe.
And maybe. Yeah, and if you want to engage with me, I'm always looking at Out of Sync socials. So just Out of Sync Gaming on Instagram, Discord, on Twitch, wherever that may be. And then do you have a question you want to hear us talk about or discuss on the podcast? You can email us on gamers, GAMERS, at outofsyncgaming.co.uk. And that's gamers at outofsyncgaming.co.uk. One more time, gamers at outofsyncgaming.co.uk. Send us an email, ask us any questions. It doesn't have to necessarily be about video games, and we'll do our best to come up with some sort of response that you might want to listen to. But until then, that's everything for now. And remember, until next time, just play the games you want.
Play what you want, because nobody else ain't playing them. Or they are.
Bye.
Bye.